Okay. So in the last class, we discussed 26, 27, 28. So in Bhagavad Gita, the 11th is the Upakrama, the beginning of the teaching. Ashocyanam Vashochastam. And in the 25th verse, there was first Upasamhara. Tasmad evam viditvainam nanu shochitum arhasi. Evam viditva, enam evam viditva, na anushochitum arhasi. Tasmat, that is a tasmat is first Upasamhara, it is therefore. And therefore, because of all these reasons. And then he went on to say, take up, even from the practical standpoint, even if you don't understand Atma, the pervasiveness of all pervasiveness of Atma, and you take this Atma to be the body only. Still, then from that standpoint, it was said that Atma is ever born, ever dying. Nityajatam, nityam va manasya amritam, if you consider. Then also, because jo janma hai, wo marega. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityu, dhruvam janma mritasya cha. एंड एक ये रीजन दिया, दूसरा रीजन क्या दिया था? अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि भक्त मध्यानि भारत. अव्यक्त निधनान्येव तत्र का परिदेवना. दैट अनमैनिफेस्ट से मैनिफेस्ट कंडीशन में आगे फिर अनमैनिफेस्ट हो जाते हैं. एंड इन द बिटवीन वॉट एवर टाइम, सो दे आर देयर. सो आफ्टर डूइंग ऑल दीज थिंग्स, Bhagwan quotes, uplifts Kathopanishad mantra verse and changes little bit here and there. And therefore, most of the verses in the Bhagavad Gita are from Kathopanishad. Mainly, So, we have already chanted Ascharyavat Pashyati Kaschidenam. Kaschid. Enam Atmanam. Enam stands for Enam, this Enam Atmanam Ascharyavat Pashyati. So, because this Atma, Bhagwan Shankaracharya ji writes, it is very difficult. Very, very difficult. He says, Durvigyeha ayam prakrita Atma. So this Bhashyakara says, it's very, very difficult. Ayam prakrita Atma. The topic of Atma which is being discussed is very difficult to be known, to be understood. जिसका प्रकरण चल रहा है यह आत्म तत्व दुर्विज्ञ है. सर्वसाधारण को भ्रांति करा देने वाले विषय में केवल एक तुझे ही क्या उलाहना. यह आत्मा दुर्विज्ञ कैसे है वो बता. Actually, I think this is a simple verse. You people can speak first and then I will take it up from many standpoints. Okay. So who is going to speak first? Whosoever, put on your mic. Yeah. Sharada?
Rajiv ji.
Okay. Or to whosoever. Rajiv or Sharada?
Rajiv can... I'll start and let Rajiv ji can add because he has done
that's okay.
Detailed study. I'll give a very elementary understanding. Basically, what the Lord is trying to say is that the summing up is one looks upon the self as a wonder, and others speak of it. When you speak of it, also it is a wonder. When you hear it, also it is a wonder. And even after hearing, if one does not understand anything about the Atma, that also is a wonder. So basically, he's trying to bring in various things. Everything is a cause of ascharya or wonder. So when Shankara says that Prakrita Atma, Prakrita Atma, which is basically Prakrita means the topic under discussion. So what is a Prakrita Atma? It is not easy to understand. So because of our confusions, we ourselves have confusion between Atma and Anatma, and that's a universal confusion. Everybody has that confusion. It's not as if you should feel worried if you have that confusion. And he tells Arjuna, you are not an exception. There are many, and everyone who thinks of it in this manner will have this kind of a confusion. So when I understand Atma, which itself takes time, I understand that it's a wonder. When I do not understand it also, it is a wonder as to how anyone can A, understand it, and B, how anyone cannot understand it. So both are a wonder. Atma is basically an Adrishta Purva, never seen before. So it appears suddenly on being taught by a guru. You have to go to a guru, and when he reveals it to you, and you discover something which was totally opposite of what you have always been believing, because you always have thought of yourself as a high, very limited, small, tuch person, and suddenly you get this revelation that you are this unlimited, uh, complete, whole Atma. This vision is itself a wonder. When you hear about it, it is a wonder. When it is explained to you, it is a wonder. So everything is a wonder. And finally, what is the final wonder is that after hearing all this, if you do not understand it, that is also a wonder. It's something like what Swamiji has written in his book is like a subtle joke. So if you understand it, it's a wonder, because it's so subtly put across that you don't even understand that it's a joke. But if people don't get it also, that's a wonder. Sometimes you wonder, how did he not get it? It's so simple. And yet sometimes you say, oh God, it's so complex, and that's why it's a wonder. It's not a one. I mean, it's a wonder that he didn't get it, and there is a wonder that he got it. So both ways you can say it is a wonder. uh, Only few people can understand it. Most people don't understand it. So Atma is evident as Ananda in moments of joy, when we can consider ourselves at Purnam. But when someone points out to us that we are whole, at that point, when we are happy and we are enjoying our, the bliss, we don't realize that we have got this unlimited happiness. But when someone points it out to us, we realize, oh, this is a wonder. How can it be this? To know the Atma does not require intellectual discipline. That's another reason. It's not like calculus or maths where you have a procedure by which you can understand it. There is no step-by-step method to explain it. It is basically through your experiences. So there are three stages of experience. One is your waking stage, one is your sleep stage, and one is your deep sleep. One is your dream stage, and one is your deep sleep stage. So in all those experiences, when someone like a guru shows it to you through these experiences and gives you a pramana of the Shastra. So you need an acharya, you need the pramana, and you need an upadesha or a vision. When all these three are together, then you realize and understand Atma. And when you understand it, you are wonderstruck, because it's such a amazing thing. Uh, but sometimes, even after all this, people don't understand it. So how can someone go through this whole process of acharya and understanding and yet not understand Atma is also a wonder. You come out unscathed, untouched by this whole vision, by this whole teaching, then that also is a wonder. But there can also be another meaning, that one who sees it himself is a wonder, because he has had to reverse an entire process. What you have been thinking all along, you've got to completely contradict that. So that also is a wonder, because you are looking at it. We normally look at life as a samsari. So we look at it as, these are the duties I have to do and all that. But then when you question it, and when you reverse your entire goals of your life and the manner in which you are living, then you are like almost reversing the flow of water, like it's water flowing upwards. So that requires a certain amount of effort, and that effort that you're able to put is also a wonder, because you're doing something which is contrary to what has been traditionally believed. So basically, there are so many aspects to this ascharya word. One is that you are able to see Atma, that is a wonder. One is you're one among many who sees this Atma also, who does it with wonder when you see it. There is also no wonder that there are those who do not understand it even after listening to the teaching. And then there is also wonder that after listening to the teaching, someone doesn't understand it. So all these four explanations can be covered under wonder. I think that's what I got out of this verse. But you have to now give us.
Jane, you have covered everything. But still, from personal, Raji, you can speak something about it.
Most of the things Sharda covered. I just wanted to say that it's very easy to understand what is tangible, and it's difficult to understand or feel what is intangible. Atma being intangible, we talk about it, we think about it, and we don't believe it. Most of the time we don't believe it, because we are conditioned by our identity as self, as a body, mind, a limited being, and we take ourselves as thought, as a thinker, as a seer, as an object, as a subject. But we are not attuned to thinking ourselves as Atma. If someone tells you that you are a Brahman and you are limitless and you have no limitation, it's very difficult to believe that. So A is that it's very difficult to understand something which is not seen, which cannot be put into words, which has no attributes, and still we talk about it is also a wonder only, which is something which cannot be talked about. And it's difficult to understand because we are conditioned by our identity. We are fixed by a thought about ourselves, and we feel ourselves to be limited and don't consider ourselves to be Satchitananda Brahman in the first place. It's difficult to believe that because it's a conditioning of many janmas, and we see ourselves as a body mind limited individual. That's why, and seekers out of millions, there are few seekers. Out of millions of seekers, only few understand this conception of Atman. That's why it's a wonder, one who knows it, and it's a wonder if people talk about it, listen about it, think about it, and still don't understand. That's also a wonder.
I think there's one more interesting point which Swamiji points out, that group therapy that today's psychologists use, psychiatrists use, where you are told that, when you have a very major problem in your life, you are kind of taught that you are not the only one who's had this problem. There are so many others who have had the same problem. So that kind of counseling also Krishna is giving Arjuna by saying that you are not alone in this. And that, this is something which most people have this.
Yeah, he begins that line which I read in Hindi with the introduction.
I didn't understand one word in that line. आप बहुत high funda Hindi मार रहे थे. One word in that I didn't get. So
Why?
I don't know. कुछ एक
सर्वसाधारण को भ्रांति करा देने वाले.
उसके आगे कुछ और एक त से कोई वर्ड बोला आपने.
नहीं, सर्वसाधारण को भ्रांति करा देने वाले विषय में केवल एक तुझे ही क्या उल्हाना दूं. उल्हाना मीन्स,
हाँ, उल्हाना मतलब
उल्हाना, taunt.
अच्छा, okay.
Something like a taunt, उल्हाना.
Okay.
Pointing a mistake, yeah, उल्हाना कि you don't even know this. उल्हाना दूं तो सर्वसाधारण, everybody, for everybody it is like.
Okay.
No? Anybody wants to add? Anu, you want to say something?
Was it like a taunt, Swamiji, or was it more like saying, don't feel bad because, you are one among, everyone has gone through this. You're not the only one who hasn't understood Atma.
So ignorance is common to this. Sarva Sadharan means everybody is born ignorant.
Everybody is born ignorant, so don't feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Ulana is taunt only.
Taunt only. Ulana, I said the right word, taunt.
So Krishna is taunting Arjuna.
No, Krishna is saying, why should I taunt only you? Sorry. Krishna is saying, why should I taunt only you? Because everybody goes through.
Everybody.
He's not taunting. He's saying, I will not taunt you. Anyway, I thought it was a wonderful discussion. So much wondering happening.
I was remembering there's a Hindi movie जिसपे wonder पे thunder बोलते हैं ना. तो यहाँ पे सच में wonder पे thunder हो रहा था. एक चीज wonder है.
I think it's actually reminds me of Ramana Maharishi and I think Annamalai Swami only, when he understood, not either Annamalai Swami or one of the other Swamis, no? When he understood and he went, he was taking a bath. It reminded me of Archimedes. He was taking a bath and वो गीली धोती में पहुंच गए हॉल में रमना के पास कि बस यही है. And Ramana said, हाँ यही है. No, so that जिसको समझ में आ गया वो भी wonder में ही है. It's that simple. Then you wonder why you struggled so much.
So this is what, I always point out in our discussions, that there is something to be understood. And that eureka point is also a vritti only, a thought. Something clicks, and that clicking is not just like that you stumble upon that. It is a process, a very logical process going through in your mind. You're contemplating consciously or unconsciously over the years, and now very consciously, under whatever way, under the tutelage of a guru or in the company of some great saints, somehow that whatever you are gathering, because your only priority, your only Vyavasayatmika buddhi, which Gita says, Nishchayatmika buddhi, Vyavasayatmika buddhi is this and this alone. That eka, Vyavasayatmika buddhi eka. In and through all the actions, in and through all your karma, you are seeking yourself. Whether it is dharma, whether it is artha pursuit, whether it is kama pursuit, whether the artha pursuit, whether it is kama pursuit, or whether it is dharma pursuit, you are seeking yourself. That is what is Vyavasayatmika. Clarity is there. With
Mother Sri Aurobindo, no, she explains, she says, it's like a chick is pecking from the inside the egg. It keeps pecking, it keeps pecking, it keeps pecking. And at one point it breaks and the light comes in. And it's out of the egg. She describes it like that.
So
peck karte rehna padta hai. One can't just wait till the light will come in. One has to keep pecking at it.
Yeah. So this vritti, here we should understand, like Anu brought a very good example of Annamalai Swami, that while having bathing, when he was wet, Eureka moment happened for him. Eureka means it does not stumble upon something, this is it. This is it. That clarity happens. Revelation is not just something is revealed to you, means in the sense of your subtlety of the mind, which you get into that kind of a state of mind, sukshmata, wherein you understand not as an object, Atma, you understand what it is. This is like a hasta amalakavat, like a gooseberry on your palm. That is what Shastra is saying. You can see Atma like a goose, not see as an object, the clarity. And that is why it is said as it's an Ashcharya, that is it is you, still you are seeking. Somebody says, now what you are doing? Swamiji writes that in the Gita study. I am seeking self-knowledge. Oh, what a fool you are. Self-knowledge, some people, when some people used to join the 3-year course, and then parents, they will say, what are you going to do in that course? I would like to know myself, self-knowledge. I'm going to seek self-knowledge. And those people who are not aware of this Atma Jnana, they really wonder, what is this man? What is he trying to go do and seek? Atma? Yourself? What do you mean by seeking yourself? That is a wonder for them. So Swamiji used to go on, and really this used to happen. People who are coming to
तो आपको भी तो पूछते ना लोग, अच्छा आप हवन नहीं कराते, आप पूजा नहीं कराते, आप करते क्या हो?
आप करते क्या हो? आत्मा के बारे में क्या? Nobody, it's a wonder for the world really to what you are seeking. In many ways, but here it is said in the terms of seeing is a wonder, because seeing is a wonder because it's a vritti jnanam which takes away the ignorance, avidya ki nivritti. What is Vedanta? Swata siddha atma hai. It is self-evident. Why do I need anything? Why do I need anything? I know I am, but I don't know what I am. For that ignorance, for that one simple thing, which you need the removal, and removal in the sense of all the cobwebs sitting in the mind with various concepts, imaginations of yourself, and your wrong thinking also sometimes with the help of so many material here and there. All what maybe that has helped and maybe that has not helped. We don't know. Whatever it is. So all that Eureka moment comes and then you see. That is a wonder. Ashyarevat pashyati kaschidenam. Because pashyati means what? It is not pashyati as an object. It is you yourself. But that vritti jnanam, through the removal of all the cobwebs, you come to see lakshita. That is why lakshit word is used. Lakshana. That is why it is implied through the words yourself. And the one who speaks about it, that's also a wonder. Ascharyavat vadati tathaiva cha anyaha. Anyaha vadati. Vadati about what? Vadanam, pravachanam, vadanam. You are speaking about the timeless, spaceless, objectless awareness. The whole method which is developed, the Vedas, Vedanta, revealing the whole truth, and the teachers, acharyas teaching with this methodology, it's a wonder. How you can really speak something which is you, something which is not an object, which is not an objective science. It is you yourself. One without a second. There is no other. So pashyati vadati and shrunoti. The one who hears also is a wonder. See, Vedanta, the biggest and the most relevant thing in terms of sadhana is Shravanam only. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, Atma avare drashtavyaha. To Maitreya Yagyavalkya Rishi is saying, Atma avare drashtavyaha. Then what is to be done? Atma must be known, must be seen. You have to make a choice for knowing. You cannot stumble upon Atma. Then what is to be done? Shrotavyaha. Shravanam. Shravanam of, in what sense Shravanam? Shravanam is, Shruti is in the form of words. And that words don't reveal the literal meaning. And therefore you have to go to a teacher who knows the whole sampradaya. A teacher who knows all the sampradaya. To that teacher, when you go, then you do the Shravanam. And that Shravanam, he is saying, it is a wonder. How you listen, how the teacher conveys, and how you understand. This whole process is a wonder. Because Atma mein to koi do hai nahi. And after it being revealed, the Updesham, the whole teaching, still a student does not understand. Swamiji gives an example. A musician is singing Rag Bhupali. And somebody is nodding his head and like enjoying music thoroughly. And at end of the concert, this man who was nodding his head every now and then, he says, now, sir, please sing Rag Bhupali. This is our case. After the whole teaching, still you don't understand. And he says, in Keno Upanishad, the student, the whole Upanishad is over. The student asks the teacher, Upanishad wo bruhi. Now you tell me the Upanishad. Okay. Because Upanishad is over. In Keno Upanishad, student asks, please tell me the Upanishad. So this is what the wonder is. Now, anybody want, Rekha, you want to say anything? Rolika, Rekha? You want to add?
I was reminded of Nirvana Shatakam.
Acha, why?
I'm not this.
I'm neither this nor that. I'm neither this nor that. But I'm nirvikalpo, nirakar rupo.
Because that is what his wonder is all about. Atma Tattva is there. It is of such nature. Atma is of such nature, yes. So we go to the next verse. So now this verse is the real summing up. After really expressing how difficult it is to be understood, because first he explained the whole nature of the Atma from verse 11 till 25, 26, 27, 28 from the practical standpoint. 29, he shows how difficult it is and what is the wonder. We already saw that. Now he sums up Sankhya Yoga in the second chapter for good. Dehi nityam avadhyoyam dehe sarvasya bharata tasma sarvani bhutani natvam shochitum arhasi. So in these, O Bharata, Bharata Vamsha Bharata. So this Dehi, Deha asya astiti Dehi, Dehin. Dehin is the word. And therefore, Dehi Nityam Avadhyaha. Vadhya means which can be destroyed, which can be killed, which can be destroyed. Avadhya means indestructible. Among I am in all the dehas, sarvasya dehi. He's talking of the whole earth, whosoever that body is. Dehi, the indweller, is indestructible. Right? This is what we were learning, the whole thing. Why? Because it is, Shankaracharya writes, Sarva Vyapi. Because it is avadhya, because it is niravayavatvat nityatvacha tatra avadhya. Sarvada sarvavasthasu. In all the times, in all conditions. Avadhya. Niravayavatvat. Niravayava. Avayava is parts. Niravayava is partless. Because of being partless, nityatvat. Because of being nitya. Sarvasya means it is all pervasive. Sarvasya sarvagatatvat. It is all pervasive. How can you destroy space? Space is all pervasive. Sthavarādishu sthitah api. So he is everything. It is not only the Shankaracharya writes, it is not only Jangama, the moving things. Sthavarādishu means all the plant kingdom also. There also Atma is there. Don't think Atma means, because people have a connotation of just a conscious thing, no, moving and these things. So he says Sthavarādishu api. How beautifully, no? Sarvasya means prani jatasya dehe. Not, he is talking not only of human beings. Shankaracharya says prani jatasya. The one who is breathing. Prani means pranapan, the one who is breathing. Prani jatasya dehe vadhyamane api ayam dehi na vadhyaha. This indweller is not destroyed. Yasmat, because of this reason, tasmat bhishmadini sarvani bhutani uddishya natvam shochitum arhasi. Sarvani bhutani means everybody. Everybody, including Bhishma. Bhishma comes now. Bhishmadi sarvani bhutani, because he is referring to Bhishma and Drona again and again, Arjuna. Therefore, Shankaracharya ji brings Bhishmadini because of the word sarvani bhutani. So this is the main thing what we saw. Anybody wants to say something on this verse? I have just given the meaning so that you see and then I'll summarize. First, you people can say something on this verse. Who is going to say? Because this is summing up of the whole section, really speaking. But we will not go to the individual verses. Summing up in a nutshell what is being said. Rajiv, you will try that now this time first, then Sharda will do, then Anu.
So things you talked about, nothing more to add. We in the previous verses also we have had a concept of Deh and Dehi. Dehi is the indweller and Dehi is the Deh is body and Dehi is the indweller. since Dehi is Nitya and Satya, so it is indestructible, while the body, which is Deha means something which can be burnt. So it's Asatya and Mithya, so it will get destroyed. But with the destruction of the body, the Nitya and Satya Atma never gets destroyed. So there's no reason to be aggrieved about. This is the summing up, no?
Yes,
there's no reason to be sad about body getting destroyed. It'll get destroyed. But Dehi is indestructible. It's Nitya and Satya Vastu.
Sharada?
Of it is covered, Swamiji. I think the only other point is that dukkha itself is a very transitory kind of an emotion, and therefore it comes and goes, and therefore you should never attach dukkha to any particular event or incident, and therefore there is no reason to. And of course, the fact that the dehi is the indweller and the deha is the body which is destructible. So when the indweller does not ever, the jivatma which is inside is not going to ever get destroyed, it's permanent, and so therefore neither is it born, nor is it nor can anything touch it, nor can anything destroy it in any manner. There is no reason for you to grieve. So in both ways, he says, don't grieve. One, even if you feel sorrow is a very passing emotion. It is only to do with your feelings, and it's all temporary. It's all going to go away. So there is no need to feel sorrow. And the second thing is, why feel sorrow for something that is not, I mean, what is permanent in any case is going to be permanent regardless. So there is no need to feel sorry then. And what is going to be destroyed regardless, because it is part of a process. It started as something which was unmanifest. In between it manifested, and again it's going to go back to manifest. So everything that unmanifest. So whatever is born is going to die, is going to be born. So when that is the process, why feel sorrow? So in both ways, basically summing up whatever he's taught so far, whatever he has told Krishna so far, Arjuna so far, through this particular verse. And in between, he mentions all these points which have come in the earlier verses.
Okay. Anu?
Yeah, so actually, bottom line is this: ki karne ko nahi hai kuch dukh. That's it. This way or that way.
Yeah.
Be in that moment. That's it. बाकी तो ऐसे वो होता है ना, ऐसे लिखना है तो you can make the statement. एक statement में बता दिया. अब क्योंकि 10 नंबर का क्वेश्चन है तो 500 वर्ड्स लिखने पड़ेंगे, तो बस लिखते जाओ.
क्लैरिटी के लिए तो लिखना पड़ेगा ना.
जब तक क्लैरिटी नहीं आती तभी तक लिखना पड़ता है.
हाँ, तभी तक तो बट यहाँ तो अभी टीचिंग का माने कि इट इज फॉर द सेक ऑफ ऑल इन अ ग्रुप.
हाँ,
एंड देयरफॉर
वही मतलब
शायद हाँ शेयरिंग.
हाँ, ठीक है.
या रोलिका वांट्स टू से समथिंग. कुछ ऐड कर सकते हो, कुछ भी बोलना है तो, अगर बोलना चाहते हो तो.
Thanks, Swami ji.
अच्छा, okay. So you see, one point which I noted, it is not only the Sukshma Sharira we are talking of, like Sharda was pointing out. It is not indweller. See, the whole crux of the matter is this indweller, Pratibimba and Bimba. Pratibimba is nothing but the Bimba. Because Bimba is not that evident. Pratibimba, Chidabhasa or Chit. Through the Chidabhasa, the whole teaching is to really arrive at the Chit Vastu. Chit's Vastu, which is timeless, spaceless, objectless, Satyam Jnanam Antam Brahma, you can say. Because Taittiriya we have not studied right now. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, which is defined in the Upanishads, which is characterized in such manner. So that indweller, that Tattva Atma, which is being taught, in terms of Satya Mithya also it was taught. What is Satyam, what is Mithya? That is Avadhya. And that is why this is not in terms of just Shoka. From the highest standpoint, he is talking now. First, Ashocyan Anvashochastvam. This is the Upakrama of the teaching. Ashocyan Anvashochastvam Pragya Vadamsha Bhashase Gatasun Agatasumsha Nanu Joshanti Pandita. There also you see, point I am trying to discuss is Prana was discussed there also. Asun, Gata, Asun, Agata, Asun. जिसके प्राण चले गए और जिसके जाने वाले हैं. That was a beautiful point, na? Here also, he is talking of the indweller from that standpoint. But we have to sense that after the whole teaching, we have to equate this Chit and Chidabhasa. Because Chidabhasa and Chit are one and the same thing. With the Upadhi, it is Chidabhasa. Not without the Chit. And without the body, when we say there is only Chit. So therefore, from that standpoint, Avadhya, it cannot be destroyed, and therefore there is no reason, there is no cause for any kind of a sorrow.
So wave वाला example भी बैठेगा ना यहाँ पे?
कौन सा?
Wave and ocean का. Wave temporary
Wave
है,
understands
है
I am
तो
water.
पानी ही ना.
Yeah.
So जो इसको हम माया कह रहे हैं वो भी तो आत्मा ही है.
नहीं तो therefore जब तक
आत्मा all pervading है तो देह भी तो आत्मा ही है.
देही, तो देही इंडवेलर, देही है, आत्मा के बारे में ही बोला जा रहा है.
हाँ, पर मैं कह रही हूँ देह भी तो आत्मा ही है.
देह भी तो आत्मा है.
नहीं, देही is आत्मा only. देही is
not देही, देह, she's saying.
I'm saying देह भी.
अच्छा,
देही तो है, पर देह भी तो आत्मा ही है.
नहीं, वो चेंजिंग है ना. अभी मेरे बाल सफेद हो गए ना, मैं अंधा भी हो रहा हूँ, थोड़ा थोड़ा बहरा भी हो रहा हूँ, रिंकल्स भी पड़ रहे हैं मेरे. चेंजिंग है ना, ये सारे के सारे. उड़ गए सारे बाल, गंजा हो गया.
चेंज है ना, डिस्ट्रॉय थोड़ा ना होता है.
That which is changing is not
आत्मा.
Nitya. It is changeless. And that is why what is that changeless in you has to be understood. नित्य की बात कर रहे हैं ना, तो वो सत्य मिथ्या, that is where here आत्मा में सब कुछ कल्पित है.
कल्पित है.
हाँ, कल्पित is a very important word, must be understood. Even you as an individual, you are also kalpit. Jeev and Jagat, दोनों के दोनों कल्पित है. I always give an example of a dream. Na? So in one dream mind,
Kalpit means imaginary.
कल्पित कह सकते हैं, imagine, but
projection is more like it.
Projection is more kalpit.
Not so much imagination as projection.
That Hindi meaning, that is.
So when you wake up, you know the dream is not real, but it was still a dream, no? फिर भी dream तो झूठ तो नहीं हो गया, सपना तो था ना. तो imagination नहीं है, projection है.
So you project, who's projecting? In one mind, the whole subject-object duality is projected.
Yeah.
And you identify in that dream mind with one body, that is you, that subject, in that mind. That mind which is, and that experience also seems to be real.
It's very strange. I was watching this show, The Good Doctor, and there is a case of conjoined twins who are joined at the head, and they are separated, and how they are they're not surviving, and they're separate. And I kept thinking to myself, okay, now is this identification with two bodies an individual? Are these two individuals who are experiencing this being conjointedness? मैं यही सारा टाइम यही सोचती रही. I remember Theosophical Society का एक पेपर मैंने एक बार पढ़ा था, तो उसमें लिखा था जो बीज होते हैं ना, मधुमक्खी होता है ना, so that is a group soul. It is one soul that is pervades the entire chatta. You see them as individual bees, but it is a group soul, unlike hum log jo individual souls hain. So I was thinking from that perspective. So is this like one soul pervading two bodies, or is it there is no concept of soul, but creation is experiencing itself as individuals through a conjoined body instead of individual through individual bodies?
So once we say Bhagwan Kankan mein, it's a very good thought, because it is an amazing thing. But once you see the standpoint of the whole one mind in everything, whatever is happening, whether 2 bodies, 3 bodies, 4 bodies,
Yeah, it is one.
everything, the
When
dream
there is
time,
action
the
of
dream
God.
space, the dream objects, everything is you.
You only.
That is what is Kalpit. To make you understand what do you mean by Kalpit. And therefore in Jagrata Avastha also, Rolika, in Jagrata Avastha also, everything is Kalpit in you. Dakshinamurti, first shloka.
Right
first
now we
shloka.
are projecting a Bhagavad Gita class to understand this. ये क्लास कल्पित हो रही है
पूरा का पूरा projection.
क्योंकि सबका वो that draw is happening towards this understanding.
Yeah.
And this particular environment is being created and projected.
That is what it is.
To facilitate the understanding.
Vishwam darpana drishyamana nagari tulyam.
Yes.
Vishwam, what is this word? Drishyamana nagari tulyam. Like in the darpan ke andar jaise jo image, when the image is seen in the mirror, same way nijantargatam, in your own mind. How you see Pashyan Atmani, within the Atma. Atma means within, does not mean within this body Atma. Within the Atma means the whole Atma is all pervasive. Yeah. We never say Atma is a soul. Atma is all pervasive. In the all pervasive Atma, Pashyan Atmani, how you see Maya. Maya से क्या होता है फिर? वो अंदर बाहर का बहिर्विबोध भूतम. तो जैसे ड्रीम के अंदर तो अंदर दिख रहा है, अब जागृत अवस्था में बाहर भी दिख रहा है. बहिर एव उद्भूतम यथा निद्रया. The whole Vishwam Pashyati, Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam Nijantargatam Pashyannatmani Mayaya Bahiribodbhutam Yatha Nidraya. Example also gives Yatha Nidraya, like in the dream. So whenever you have to understand how this whole Jagat, what is me, you think of this whole Vedantic understanding of me as the Kalpit one mind in which the whole dream is there. Me does not mean this body mind sense complex.
Nisargadatta Maharaj says, no, all bodies are mine.
So
all bodies
when you shift this standpoint, you can speak like Krishna.
Yeah.
You can speak like any saint who's
There is no can, you do.
Yeah.
Which is what when J. Krishnamurti used to speak, he says, I say I to refer to this body because otherwise you will not understand. But there is no I here.
So everybody is an avatara that way.
Yeah. Everybody is an avatara. That's true.
Avatara means
Osho also said the only difference between me and all of you is I have realized I am enlightened. You still haven't. That is all. There is no other difference.
Anybody wants to say anything else? What's the time now?
10
o'clock.
Anything wants to add up something? So, Natvam shochitum arasi. There is no reason for you to grieve. So, that is summing up. Ashocyanam Vashochastam. This is the first summing up of this set of verses where Sankhya is being unfolded, propounded, whatever you say.
Swamiji, silence hai na is waqt?
Because you are in touch with whatever that सूक्ष्मता, जब मन में सूक्ष्मता सात्विकता बढ़ती है, तब ऐसी silence का अनुभव होता है. Otherwise, all the time it is there. When you get back, that is when it happens, and that is your experience most of the time. तो जितना सत्व में नित्य सत्वस्था में रहोगे उतना.
इसीलिए सत्संग इतना इम्पोर्टेंट है ना. इसकी बात करते करते स्वयं उस स्थान में जाने लग जाते हैं अंदर.
ये जो स्टडी है ना गीता उपनिषद वगैरह की, you get in touch with the Sanskrit, whether any mantra, as you were saying last time, when you remember all the mantras, Durga Saptashati chanting, somebody asked the question in that Sharda's place,
शारदा के घर पे,
and you had answered that way, that everything is very, very,
mantra is the body of the Dev.
yes, and therefore everything is electrifying,
Yeah.
so to say.
I'm just wondering, okay, will this recording have the same effect on people when they listen? Or
No,
is it-
not really.
No, no.
Because it is not live now. You are just listening with the half this thing, you know. You are not into it completely. You can make yourself into it when the recording has been done, but you will see there is a difference. Your mind will wander so much.
Because I've never heard the recording, so I don't know if it is the same effect or not. Because right now, it's very perceptible.
No, it is always.
You can see Rajiv also has this glazed look. Sharda is also internalized. Rolika is also internalized. वो दिख रहा है सबके चेहरे पे. सब अंदर डीप जाते जा रहे हैं. दिख रहा है सबके चेहरे पे.
So what happens is,
सोच रही हूँ मतलब जो भी ये
Swami
सुन रहे होंगे recording, please share करना.
Swami used to ask to put down the pencil. Swamiji used to ask us to put down the pencil when he was into a kind of unfoldment, something very, very deep. And तुम लिखते ही रहोगे, drop it. तो फिर कहते थे थोड़े पॉइंट्स लिखो. कुछ लोग होते थे क्लास में, keep on writing all the things. और कुछ लोग होते थे कुछ नहीं लिखते थे.
I can relate to that one. I can relate to that.
And they always he advised. And Swamiji always used to advise, take points. That's all.
जैसे जापानी होते हैं ना, फोटो खींचते रहो, बाद में देखना फोटो बैठ के.
What my point is that those eureka moments, you will be there when one with the teacher. The teaching, one with the teaching itself.
It's like
And
a penny drop. I call it a penny
Swamiji
drop.
always used to say, you have to listen now, here and now. Recording, you can listen, okay, fine. But now you listen later on. Don't postpone your.
No, I'm the reason I'm asking is now there will be people who will watch this recording. Sharda must be having details कि कितने लोग देखते हैं.
That also,
I'm just leaving this message for whoever is listening. Please share with us on the group that after when you were listening to the recording, did you feel, because clearly the few of us who are here right now are in a particular zone. It is palpable. So just share. And if it is not, then please make the effort and come from next Tuesday. I mean, it's worth it, right? I mean, this is what we're doing this for.
Absolutely.
Also, people may leave also the group if, you know, I wanted Sharda to write about this. Sharda or Anu. People are free to even exit the group because there are 60 members. No, we will be okay with a small group.
No, it's okay. हमें क्या फर्क पड़ता है? जो नहीं interact कर रहा है हमारा क्या
we
नुकसान
are
कर
a
रहा है?
small group. In reality, we are a small group only.
It's okay. Doesn't matter. हमें क्या कहना है जिसका? So the reason I'm sharing this is because since आपने थोड़ी देर पहले कहा कि share करना चाहिए, तो I'm sharing from that perspective. This is ये जो एक रस आता है इसमें, वो अलग ही लेवल का है. तो इसलिए शेयर कर रही हूँ कि शायद हमारी शक्लों से ना दिख रहा हो, तो इसलिए I'm articulating it.
Ashcharya is on our chakla also, and Ashcharya that they are missing this.
Wonder.
Swamiji, it's a wonder only, no? Out of 16 or 18, only 4 are there. You know?
That's okay.
The rest of them are sorted.
But my point was that people, even you have to write, people, hardly few people are listening. And
इसके हिस्से का है.
so it's okay. Gita mein Swamiji always used to say ki when you go and it's not you are going to teach the world. I am not here to teach anybody.
जैसे
When I'm
बारिश हो रही है,
speaking,
कुछ ही लोग
when
भीग
I
रहे
am
हैं,
speaking, I am speaking from myself. And it is for my, as Anu said, when you are speaking, when you are sharing the joy, what you really experience, that is what it is. That is all teachers do that. And they revel in the teaching.
Yeah,
That is
actually,
why
we can't give a takeaway of what we've gained in this session.
Yeah.
It's only an experience.
And
as
there
Anu
is
said.
a certain relaxation that is happening. सारा दिन का धकड़ धकड़ भगदड़ के बाद ये इस टाइम पे सब ड्रॉप जो होके एक relaxation होता है, it can only be experienced, it can't be explained. And बहुत देर तक regularly meditation करके भी ऐसा वाला relaxation, ऐसा वाला dropping of all burdens नहीं हो पाता है.
True.
So anyway, I thought it was important to share because sharing की बात हो रही है. क्योंकि मतलब honestly, my sharing is rarely ever intellectual. It is not about the meaning of the words. It is not about. It's more about the experiencing that is happening. I'm sharing from there. So which is why अभी मैं जब पूछ रही थी कि बार-बार एक ही चीज क्यों डिस्कस कर, ठीक है जो मुझे लग रहा है मैं वो शेयर करूं ना, तो इसलिए मैं ये शेयर कर रही हूँ.
So anyway, everything is intellectual only. Because Sharda also used that word today earlier, and I noted it. Swamiji, our teacher, used to say there is no dental knowledge. Everything is intellectual. There is no dental knowledge. Because all knowledge, and he says mental attitude, people say. So attitude itself is in the mind only. Where is the dental attitude? So intellectual, it is everything, and ultimately, you know, Pashyati, we discussed everything in this, the Atma Pashyati, the one who is how Pashyati, how. Once you really clearly understand this is Vritti Jnanam only, and Vritti Jnanam is real thinking, contemplating. And it's still Nisargadatta Maharaj also, Anu. Nisargadatta Maharaj also was in touch with his teacher. And when he understood what the teacher was saying, he says, I got it. He had come to some logical conclusions and he assimilated that truth intellectually only.
आज था ना रमना महर्षि का एक पोस्ट रॉबर्ट एडम्स से मैंने शेयर किया था ना, वो मैंने पढ़ा नहीं आज के पोस्ट, मैं बताती हूँ.
Sorry, but Ananda is not intellectual, no?
Ananda.
Anu has Ananda. So Ananda it doesn't require any intellect.
The point is, I agree with her. It is what I am trying to say. People always label this understanding as something intellectual, and there is something experiential. They divide these two, you know, intellectual and experiential. In fact, the joy of sharing when you are speaking from buddhi, the sukshma buddhi, and you can speak about Atma, but you don't have to speak anything at that time when you are in that timeless, spaceless, objectless awareness. You've won with that. वो तो निर्विकल्प समाधि की तरह से हो गया ना. Where are you in that? है ना?
नहीं Swamiji, it's not. Again, I mean, I don't know the terminology, but there is like abhi nahi hai, but some time back there was this, when I was talking about that there was a.
हाँ, वो एक subtle topic था. अभी तो हम एक कुछ discussion कर रहे हैं.
तो वो experiential तो था, वो experiential था. वो words में express हुआ कितना नहीं पता, मुझे नहीं पता, वो था. उसका texture, उसका experience जो अभी हो रहा है उससे अलग था.
तो वो सात्विक mind था. Our sattvic mind is in touch with yourself all the time, mostly. That is what you can.
ये देखो, ये महाराज रमना महर्षि से किसी ने पूछा. The questioner asked, is an intellectual understanding of the truth necessary? And Maharaj says, Maharishi says, yes. Otherwise, why does not the person realize God or the self at once? That is, as soon as he is told that God is all or the self is all.
That is what I'm
That
saying.
shows some wavering on his part.
That is what I'm
He
saying.
must, can I complete the answer, Maharaj, Swamiji? Says he must argue with himself and gradually convince himself of the truth before his faith becomes firm.
Yes,
So that is the role of the intellectual. So one is not taking away the role of the intellectual understanding. But only intellectual understanding without the experience will become only like.
And that is what I have been telling you. It is not like this, because I can explain years together on this topic, because this is, again, there's something to be understood about this, what this thought is. It is, clarity happens where? Sukshmata happens where? You see, the point of contention is, you always think there is something else will happen. It is only your mind samskaras which have to be really taken care of. That is why, let me complete. And samskaras have to be taken care of, means antakaran shuddhi has to happen. And that is why sadhana chaturcha sampatti has been spoken of. Viveka, vairagya, samadhi shatka sampatti, and mumukshutvam. So these four things, when sadhana is there, sadhana chaturcha sampatti, qualified person is there, then whatever you are doing, because it's a paroksha vastu, once you know, everything comes is because of your mind, samskaras which you are not prepared yourself. And that is where the drawback is. No, not intellectual understanding, vritti. I asked Swami Paramarthananda, Sharda, Paramarthanandji, I asked, it's whole sannyasis were sitting, everybody. And big intellectual people, big scholars were sitting in the session where this discussion happened. They say this. It is the vritti, ultimately. Aham Brahmasmi is a vritti, and that understanding happens, and this whole thing sinks, assimilation happens. For everybody it happens. If you think other way also, Trigunatmika word is there. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. All the three will ever be there. Anyway, this is a long discussion. Sometimes we will sit and chit chat. And but whenever it comes now and then again, the point is why I come back upon it again and again vociferously, because there is some truth in it, that there's something hidden in it, that we think that some special experience or something else has to happen, or something else is to happen, something will come out away from the normalcy of the life. I'm not talking about you, some people are saying like that. That is what. That is not the.
क्या होना है, वही खाना, वही सोना है, वही टॉयलेट फिर भी जाना पड़ता है, भूख फिर भी लगती है, गुस्सा भी आता है.
And continue. No, because the clarity is not there कि गुस्सा भी आता है तो भी वो ब्रह्मा का ही एक स्वरूप है, वो समझ में नहीं आता है ना.
अरे जब भोलेनाथ ऐसा है, अरे हमारे सनातन धर्म ने तो कितना खूबसूरत तरीका समझाया, दिखाया हमको ये सब समझाने का. Look at भोलेनाथ एंड माता शक्ति, उनकी लीला देख लो, विष्णु जी और लक्ष्मी जी की लीला देख लो, जिसके साथ जहां पे रिलेट करते हो अपने गुणों के हिसाब से उसकी लीला देख लो. आज का जो हनुमान चालीसा का जो मैंने लिखा है, आज के जो 2 वर्सेस के, उसमें यही तो लिखा है ना मैंने, हमारे सनातन धर्म की खूबसूरती यही है. All our gods have been ascribed same human emotions.
Yeah. So these questions, one has to really ruminate and contemplate why one is discussing in so much of heat and this thing, because इसमें कुछ छुपा हुआ है truth कि कहाँ पे क्या है सच, क्योंकि उसको clearly समझना है, नहीं तो कहीं ना कोई fault हो जाता है. That is what it is. Otherwise, if you make it experiential in the sense of mind's vritti, because truth is what अनुभूति है वो क्योंकि तुम खुद हो, because अपरोक्ष वस्तु है वो क्योंकि वो तुम्हारा अपना स्वरूप है, because it is you only. Still, it is not in realm of time and space. In time and space, the vritti is there. That vritti jnanam which takes away the avidya. Vritti jnanam which takes away the avidya. And in that moment, your mind becomes very, very sattvic. And mind will experience that whole thing beautifully. You can say that. But jnanam is what? You yourself, isness, amness of the whole cosmos, of whether the cosmos exists or it is not there. Whether the wave is there or ocean is there or not, water is. Whether the jeev is or jagat is or is not, presence is there or absence is there of the mind. Like Jagrat Avastha, Swapna Avastha or Sushupti Avastha. Jagrat Swapna is presence of the mind and sleep is Sushupti. So presence and absence. In both it is manifest or unmanifest. It is. So when the mind, we are talking of the vritti, it is at the level of the mind only. Na? Manasa eva anudrashtavyam, Upanishad is saying. Through the mind alone you have to see. And therefore that is the experience of that kind that you see means you know. You clearly know. You clearly know means, how will you know? That all your doubts, samshaya and viparya, this is a Shastra speaking. All your doubts are really resolved. And viparit bhavna of taking your body to be yourself is gone. That happens through nididhyasana. That is why the process of shravana, manana and nididhyasana. Shravana ho gaya. Because pramana was not there. Through shravana, shruti is the pramana. It has given you the knowledge that you are that. Then you think, manana, how I am that. Logically, yuktita. And after shravana manana, everything is taken care of. All your confusions. Still, what Anu is saying is this is a process of nididhyasana remains. Because samskaras take you back into the body sense. Until the body lies, that back to this body sense, nididhyasana really takes you, like, Swamiji used to give a story. There was a beggar. I will be very short. There was a beggar who was really a prince. And then when he was a prince, he was brought back to the palace. And once yatra was going on, Ratha was going on, and he was sitting there. And as usual, when he used to ask for alms, so somebody was serving something, he ran to that place to ask the alms. Why? Because samskara was so strong. I generally, we live in an ashram mostly our lives. We shift our rooms. So for a few days, you keep going back to the same room from where you have shifted. So this is what it is. So orientation. So that orientation has to be shifted. That is what is nididhyasana will do. Viparita bhava. That I am this body. So that is also is to be taken care of. That is what is called nididhyasana. Owning up. Swamiji used to use the word owning up of the understanding. Owning up. You sink into that. Assimilating of that.
So I have heard the reverse story where the king throws the prince out because of his bad behavior, and he's living like a beggar under a tree in the adjoining kingdom, and the king does not have any other heir. So when he's getting old, he sends his minister to go and find the prince, and the minister finds the prince, but he's living like a beggar. But the minister has to just remind him that he's the prince.
Yeah.
He just has to remind him, that's all. उसको याद दिलाना है कि वो राजकुमार है. तो हम लोग अपने आप को बॉडी माइंड को समझ के बैठ गए हैं. हमें सिर्फ याद दिलाना है कि हम ये नहीं है, हमारा स्वरूप.
That's a good story, but example is given for the exemplified. So my exemplified drishtanta is always for dashtanta. So example is according to what you want to say.
Yeah.
Exemplified. So what is nididhyasana? That orientation is to be changed.
It's to be changed. So satsang is the place where the reminder is happening.
Yes.
That we are not the beggars, we are
Yes.
prince.
Yes, yes, yes. So nididhyasana, what is nididhyasana? Understood? What does, okay, answer, what is nididhyasana? Somebody. What does it do? I use so many words.
Pulling up the knowledge.
One main thing I said.
Nididhyasana is like जुगाली करती है ना गाय, जुगाली नहीं करती है,
chewing the cud.
हाँ, बस उसको, that is nididhyasana. कि ये सुना था, श्रवण हुआ, मनन किया, उस पे ruminate, going back into that, पूरा attitude shift हो जाता है उससे.
विपरीत भावना को हटाता है. विपरीत भावना, that your identification with this body mind sense complex, that viparit to your nature, that viparit bhavana is taken away. Samshayas are taken away by manana, and viparit bhavana is taken away by nididhyasana. Okay?
Attitude shift वहीं से आएगा ना?
Yeah, yeah. We end the session now, as you Anu was saying, कि हम लोग बहुत खींचते चले. आज हमने वाकई में खींच दिया बहुत.
Recording
But
बंद
it
कर
was a
दो.
good discussion, I think.
Close कर ले स्वामी जी.
Chant कर लीजिए स्वामी जी.
Okay. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet, Asato Ma Sadgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you, Sharda. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you,
Raji.
everyone.
Okay.
Thank you, Rolika.